Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we have ourselves some new footage for Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 that we should probably talk about here. This new footage comes to us in the form of some new 30-second little clips of the episodes, it seems, that we usually get whenever Dragons Rising approaches. Of course, these clips are not in English, so that's unfortunate. However, we do have some new footage, some new stuff that we should probably take a look at here, and we probably will get more later on. Not sure if we will get more today, but we are definitely getting more of these previews, so you know, look forward to that, I suppose. But let's focus on what we have right now, starting with this sequence right here. We have about a minute of new footage, two 30-second little clips there. There are more than 2 episodes, so that's why I assume we are getting more than 2 clips. So let's start with this one right here, which shows Eren continuing his training. I love that he has a little Lloyd plushie. That is so cute. A little Lloyd ZX plushie. Adorable, love it. Lord Ras is here as well. Again, these clips are not in English, but I imagine Lord Ras is telling Eren to get back to his training or something like that. Lord Ras does not look very good here. He looks very decrepit, obviously. Not really doing so hot. He's on that weird little deathbed backpack thing that Eren was hauling him around on. So yeah, still not looking good there. But Eren, you know, realizes that he must continue with his training. He runs up to these rocks and breaks them. Look at that. What a guy. He still continues to train with the rock piles, jumping from pile to pile, using his new Spinjitzu to crash through another one here. Now, again, this new Spinjitzu does have the red shatter spin-like effects in there, so that's been very apparent every single time Eren has used this Spinjitzu, but it is important. We know that it is important. We know that it does matter. And then Eren shows up here. Lord Ras doesn't seem all that impressed. Again, I don't speak whatever language this is, so I'm not sure of the dialogue here, but Eren is trying to, it looks like he's trying to use his object Spinjitzu on this little stone that he has here. Will he be successful? No, doesn't appear to be successful. Oh well, that's just, you know, more stuff that he needs to work on. Look at how beat up this guy looks. He's like covered in dirt. He's got scars everywhere. Lord Ras is definitely not having a good time here, that's for sure. Then we get to the new, or the other clip, rather. The other clip, it's kind of like a weird transition in between 2 scenes. We start with this scene with Rox and Thunderfang. Again, still not sure what is said here. Rox does have one of the prismatic blades here, so presumably she cuts one of the chains. Thunderfang says something like, "Great, now go find the other ones," or something like that. Again, these are not in English. But then we get to this section of the clip, which actually does feature another new look at Pixel. Now, we saw our very first look at Pixel yesterday through one of those promo images, but this right here is just like a full-on scene with her, and she still looks really good. I know there have been some complaints about her eyes being too big. I disagree. I think she looks fine. Just, you know, very awesome in terms of the Dragons Rising animation. I think she looks pretty good. But also here we have Big Zane just kind of chilling. Now, we have seen Big Zane before as well, in the form of the Season 3 poster. But again, this is our first time seeing him full on in footage, unless you count that one shot of the recent trailer where you can kind of see the tips of his feet there. But no, Big Zane is here. Now, this conversation, from what I can see, was translated. So basically they're talking about the merge and the monasteries. I'm not sure if they are at the monastery of Spinjitzu or a different type of monastery. Lighting seems a little bit different, but Pixel says something along the lines of, did the merge create new monasteries everywhere? Zane says, yeah, pretty much. Pixel says, oh, well, that's exciting. You know, we couldn't do that before, just travel to and from realms at will. I mean, you know, you could, you just needed certain methods. She asks, why haven't you explored any of these new lands? Zane replies, well, I want to, but I want to do it with you. So that's all nice and wholesome, right? Zane was just waiting for Pixel to come back, and then he can explore properly. I love that. It's very sweet, very wholesome. Pixel smiles. Pixel's so cool. I love how she looks here in this new animation. Zane holds out his creepy little claw hand. Presumably, Pixel takes it. I'm trying to get back. The clip ended. There we go. How cute. How wholesome. I will say the size difference is a little bit wild here. Must be kind of weird having Pixel like be that short compared to Zane, but I love that Pixel's back. Again, she looks great in the Dragons Rising animation. I think overall this scene does sound very wholesome, very sweet. This could also be some type of flashback scene, again considering how different the lighting is, but that could just be a result of, yeah, these two are in a different realm, so obviously the lighting is going to be a little bit different. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one, all things considered. I think this is a very, very wholesome clip here. And Big Zane looks good too. Again, we've seen Big Zane in full before, like on the poster, but I do really enjoy this design still. Looking very awesome, all things considered. But overall, guys, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here on these two new clips. Like I said, there is a chance, a very high chance, that we will see more of these clips eventually. In terms of where they come from, I'm not so sure. I saw these two clips floating around on Twitter. Not sure what website they actually come from or what the deal with all of that is, unfortunately. Definitely not an English website because, again, these clips are not in English, nor will any of the clips be in English by the time we see them, but at least we can still talk about the footage, right? And there is some pretty exciting footage to be had in these couple of new clips. Obviously, the big stuff for me is the Zane and Pixel stuff. Like, that just looks... I love all of this. I really hope Season 3 doesn't let us down with Zane and Pixel stuff, because like I said, I love all of this. But with that being said, everyone, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Like I said, we probably will have more clips like this surface later on. I can't imagine these two are the only two that we will ever see. Usually with these Dragons Rising seasons, as we approach a new one, usually there are clips that surface online just like this. Certain websites put them up as 30-second previews, and since we have 10 episodes, I think we can expect 10 different clips. Obviously, these two are only 2, so we will definitely see more in the future. But with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.